Gentlemen, I'm going to need you inside by 6 p.m. 6 p.m. curfew tonight. If you have a penis, it's 6 p.m. She says so. This is Baroness Jones, and she is a Green Party politician in the UK. And as the result of some headlines about a murder investigation in the UK where a young woman was possibly murdered by a police officer, she says that not just that police officer or not just anybody suspected in any violent cases, but all men should be subject to a 6 p.m. nightly curfew. I'll let her speak to you.
And in the week that the woman, Sarah Everard, was abducted and we suppose killed because remains have been found in a woodland in Kent, I would argue that at the next opportunity for any bill that's appropriate, I might actually put in an amendment to create a curfew for men on the streets after 6 p.m, which I feel would make women a lot safer. And discrimination of all kinds would be lessened.
Sure, discrimination of all kinds would be lessened. Save, of course, for that discrimination against all the men who didn't do anything who are now forced to a 6 p.m. curfew. But alas, we're tilting at windmills here, are we not? Of course we are. This is never going to happen. This is posturing and performance art by politicians that love to do this stuff. Here she is in step 2, at Green Jenny Jones, not the Jenny Jones from the talk show circuit in the U.S. Since my comments about a curfew for men to keep women safe, I've had a deluge of misogynistic emails and tweets, which rather proves my point about the problem being with men. And so we go round and round. This is the thing. Make a controversial statement, make yourself the victim, in this case, death threats or harassing messages, and then you free yourself from any sort of criticism of your obviously controversial topic, in this case, taking men off the streets at 6 p.m. Again, never going to happen. She knows it's never going to happen. It's a political point. It's also a stupid political point. Why is that? Well, let's tell Miss Jones ourselves. Baroness Jones, why is this silly? Well, you're worried about this woman who was murdered. I think that's a fantastic thing to be worried about, and there should be focus put on this woman's family. Of course, that family does include her father and her son, who are still out looking for her body sometimes after dark, sometimes even after 6 p.m., but I guess they got to be in for the whole curfew thing, as do all the police officers investigating the murder now who didn't have anything to do with it, as do any other people who would have been on the streets after 6 p.m. and didn't do anything bad. She does this from time to time, it would appear. UK Green Party politician Baroness Jones asked for 6 p.m. curfew for all men to lessen discrimination, except the discrimination against those men again. Green Party peer Baroness Jones made the comments in a House of Lords debate on domestic violence. The safety of women in British streets has recently been brought to the fore by the murder of Sarah Everard. The 33-year-old disappeared on a nighttime walk through London, and a serving member of the Metropolitan Police has been charged with her murder. Jones referenced the case in her comments, and she demanded all men be kept indoors after 6 p.m. There you go. She's done some other kooky things to get attention. One time she teamed up with this is Baroness Heyman, and they said that lords' robes should use fake fur, and they wore these fur coats in there. So a whole bunch of other stuff she's been involved in over the years. Some of it laudable, other parts not. But it is really just a symptomatic setup for our current political landscape, not just in the UK, but also in the US. How many politicians just do and say things to get attention, I guess? What do you think about this? Maybe she's right. Maybe you think men should be on a curfew inside by 6 p.m., guys. Or maybe you think this is something different. It is sort of the clashing together of an anti-male sentiment and a Green Party UK sentiment, which is very much tied in with identity politics, as we've seen here in the United States. Either way, if you enjoyed this, maybe, share it with a friend and make sure you're following the page, facebook.com/thenewsjunkie. Just hit that follow button and spread the word. Over on YouTube, hit subscribe. I appreciate you. And guess what? We'll talk to you again real soon.